Hi everyone, welcome to a new slash final season of Game of Thrones. Before I start, I just want to say thank you so much to every single one of you who have truly shown their support in me watching this show. And there were bumps along this road, but overlooking that, I am so happy that I did this, and I'm so happy I had all of you to share this journey with. And this show was truly something that it really lived up to the reason why it's the greatest show, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. And I have enjoyed every single moment that is there, even though again there was quite a lot of violence and there was a lot of like ups and downs in the show itself. I think I very much connected with the storyline, and me as a person, as I say that, you know, if a show is really heavily detailed oriented, I just like taking notes. So this is the first show that I started taking notes for, and you know, I could easily be looking over it and remembering everything because of how well the storyline has been and how easy it was to follow the story after taking the notes. So all in all, everything has gone hand in hand, and with me also introducing my tiny little friend here, as some people call it, the cowbell, which I love. I enjoyed every moment of this show, and I am not only am I in a very great position to say that I was able to binge watch this show, I am able to finish this show quite early and not only feel like the comfort of knowing that I finished the show well, but at the same time knowing that there is another show in the same genre coming up. I think I am very lucky in that regard, and I'm super excited for that matter. So to all those who are asking if I'm going to do House of the Dragons, I am definitely going to be watching the show. If it's specifically about the dragons, you best believe I will be watching it. So there is no question asked. And even though I'm uploading this quite like, I'm pretty sure this is August right now. It's currently 13th August that I'm recording this, and by then, the time I upload it, the show would have been out. So I am super excited. I will continue it on, but I'm very glad that it is getting like there is another show based off of this storyline, and I'm more than happy to continue this challenge of emotions. And on top of that, thank you so much to Michelle, American Mom, for moderating all these comments. And I truly cannot believe that she's like an angel sent, and I am so glad that she was able to support me in all of each and every single video, and that takes a lot of time. And thank you so much for all of your help. I truly, and the rest of the moderators, thank you, really thank you. Just the overwhelming support is never ending, and I am truly blessed. Like, I cannot complain at all. So let's dive right in to season 8, episode 1, Winterfell. I remember like when some of my university friends, they were not in the same vicinity. They were not in the UK, but they were abroad, and they were so excited to watch the show. And they would always pester me to be like, watch the show, I'm telling you, you still have time. You can finish the entire show in almost like weeks time, and you can catch up with us and we can discuss it. And I was still very persistent to not, but I'm so glad, and I stand corrected that I have fallen in love with the show. With that being said, the dead have breached the wall and they are marching. They are here, and they come in numbers. So they even have Viserion, and they will power through the north. How the north, specifically, I'm assuming because it says Winterfell, how Winterfell is going to hold up their ground, let's see, like, what is the defense strategy. I'm assuming we're going to have some sort of talks about battle plans, what the way is, how we're going to deal with it, whether they will find out that Cersei's armies aren't coming. What is going to be the thing? I'm pretty sure Tyrion is in the shits regardless, but whether or not this is a battle that we will win or the dead will win, God knows. But in regards to sort of like, not prophecy essentially, but the talk about when we were discussing when Beric Dondarrion and Jon were stranded alongside the rest of the gang, waiting to see what they can do before Daenerys showed up with her dragon, and said, you kill the Night King, everyone goes, because he is the one that turned them all. It almost indicated that Jon is the one that's going to kill the Night King. So are we definitely going to have like a battle between Jon and the Night King? Holy crap. I cannot wait, because it all started with, Hardhome. We saw how intense they are, how they raise the dead. And Jon has seen this firsthand along with Ed and Tormund. So I believe that this will be a tough task for them to try and get through to the Night King. That being said, I definitely know that we're not going in this show without losing few people. So I'm very open-minded in that regard. I'm very scared. That's the thing. I'm scared about losing the people, because it's almost like too good to be true if anyone comes out alive. But at the same time, I am going to keep my heart out. I think I will cry. That's irrespective. It will hurt me. I will always be like, why him? Why her? This, that. Just ignore me. I knew that there's going to be some shit happening, and this will, me watching it will just have like a twist of, oh no, maybe this will work out this way. No, this will work out that way. So it will just change. So of course I would want everyone to survive, but I just don't think, I don't know. Maybe they will. You know what? I should give them credit. Maybe people will be able to come back. Or maybe we will be at the victorious end of it. But I just want to have an open mind towards this and that. So I've spoken enough. I will dive right in to episode 1, season 8. Sorry about that. 6 episodes only. I'm not, okay. Yeah, I did mention it in season 7. It's getting shorter and shorter. So let's see how action-packed, I'm already choking up before the damn thing. How action-packed this episode will be. And let's not any further. Let's dive right into the final season of Game of Thrones. Oh my god! Even frick me! This has changed. Oh, the dead are here. The dead are crossing. The chillness is crossing. I wonder whether they changed it because there is significance to what they're going to show in the episode itself. It's so bizarre to see just Winterfell and King's Landing last standing in the map. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, I miss the old characters as well. Oh god, David Nutter. That is Unsullied. Oh, they've come to the north. They've come to Winterfell. Oh, hello. I'm loving this theme. Oh god, don't slip, little boy. You can see the red tree. How are you all going to fit inside Winterfell? Oh my god! Look at that! Oh my god! cross him off your list. Reunion, babes. It's a reunion.
At least your balls won't freeze off.
You take great offense at dwarf jokes, but love telling unit jokes.
Why is that?
Because I have balls, and you don't.
Okay.
I warned you. Northerners don't much trust outsiders.
Hail the skies, babes! The messengers have arrived, babes! Well, they've gone that way. Why are you all running the other way? Oh. Sansa!
You're a man.
Almost.
Whatever that is.
Where are you?
Lurking somewhere.
Thank you for inviting us into your home, Lady Stark. The North is as beautiful as your brother claimed, as are you.
Winterfell is yours, Your Grace.
We don't have time for all this. The Night King has your dragon. He's one of them now. The wall has fallen. The dead march south.
Okay.
Lord Umber, when can we expect your people to arrive?
Need more horses and wagons, if it please, my lady. And my lord.
Oh.
And my queen.
Hurry back to Last Hearth and bring your people here.
But in the animation,
We need to send ravens to the Night's
They've
Watch
come.
as well. There's no sense in manning the castles anymore. We make our stand here.
Your Grace. But you're not, are you? You left Winterfell a king and came back a... I'm not sure what you are now. We named you King in the North.
Whoopsie.
It was the honor of my life. I'll always be grateful for your faith. When I left Winterfell, I told you we need allies or we will die. I've brought those allies home to fight alongside us. I had a choice. Keep my crown or protect the North. I chose the North.
He did! Oh, Tyrion, you may not want to speak now.
If anyone survives the wall to come, we'll have Jon Snow to thank.
He risked his life to show us the threat is real. Thanks to his courage, we have brought with us the greatest army the world has ever seen. And soon the Lannister army will ride north to join our cause. I know, our people haven't been friends in the past.
North in disarray.
May I ask, how are we meant to feed the greatest army the world has ever seen? While I ensured our stores would last through winter, I didn't account for Dothraki, Unsullied, and 2 full-grown dragons. What do dragons eat, anyway?
Whatever they want.
I mean, shut up, Sansa. She's got the upper edge there, babes. Quite literally the aerial view. Shush. But Tyrion has seen Sansa since the marriage. I mean, not marriage, since Joffrey's death.
My lady,
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
the Lady of Winterfell, has a nice ring to it.
So does Hand of the Queen.
Oh.
Depending on the Queen, I suppose.
Last time we spoke was at Joffrey's wedding. Miserable affair.
It had its moments.
It had its moments. Oh my god.
Apologies for leaving.
Yes, it was a bit hard to explain why my wife fled moments after the king's murder. Many underestimated you. Most of them are dead now.
Many underestimated you too, Tyrion. And most of them are dead
I'm
too.
sure you weren't thrilled to hear the Lannister armies marching north. You have every right to be fearful of my sister. No one fears her more than I do, but I promise you'll be
Cersei
safe.
told you her army was coming north to fight for you.
She did.
And you believed her. I used to think you were the cleverest man alive.
That is true, Tyrion. Cersei is not marching north.
You used to be taller.
Fuck off!
How did you sneak up on me?
How did you survive a knife through the heart?
I didn't.
Oh my god! Oh god! Oh. Heart exploding, mind
You still
blown.
have it. Have you ever used it?
Once or twice.
Once or twice.
Valyrian steel.
Jealous?
Too heavy for me.
Where were you before? I could have used your help with Sansa.
She doesn't like your queen, does she?
Sansa thinks she's smarter than everyone.
She's the smartest person I've ever met.
That's
Are
bizarre.
you defending her? You.
I'm defending our family. So is she.
I'm her family too.
You don't tell. Stop.
Don't forget that.
I'm afraid I bring terrible news. The dead have broken through the wall.
Good.
Oh, what's the red thing? Or is that the golden? They were heading to get the Golden Company, right? From Essos? Are they the Golden Company? Oh my
Why
god.
don't you just get it over with and kill me?
But we're family. The last Greyjoys left in the world. The last ones with balls, anyway. If I kill you, who can I talk to?
You were on your way to kill both of them before.
Mutes.
You picked the losing side.
Then I'll sail the Iron Fleet somewhere else.
How did they kill you?
But first, I'm gonna fuck the Queen.
20,000 men, is it?
Yes, Your Grace.
20,000 men.
Horses
2,000.
and elephants.
No elephants, Your Grace.
That's disappointing. I was told the Golden Company had elephants.
They are excellent beasts, Your Grace, but not well suited to long sea voyages.
In any event, you are most welcome here in King's Landing, Captain Strickland.
We look forward to fighting on your behalf, Your Grace.
You are a true friend of the Crown and an honored guest.
Good. As a true friend and an honored guest, I was hoping we could talk in private.
After the war, that was our agreement.
Wars sometimes last years.
You want a whore, buy one. You want a queen, earn her.
I've given her justice, an army, and the Iron Fleet. Yet, she gives me no sign of affection.
You're insolent. I've executed men for less.
They were lesser men.
Aren't you pregnant with Jamie's baby though?
Came back with his face burnt right off. He's got no eyelids now. How does he sleep with no eyelids?
All right, can we stop talking about the fucking dragons
Run
now?
the Blackwater. The pox will take her within the year.
Okay.
Which girl?
The Queen's brothers made promises to you and broke them.
She once gave me a castle and a wife, then rectified me right out of them.
That was Sir Jamie's doing, not hers. When Queen Cersei wants something, she pays in advance and in gold. Several chests of it, in fact, waiting for you in a wagon just outside.
Oh, well, your dream come true.
If it's a dragon queen she's after,
She has other plans for the Targaryen girl.
yeah, well, good luck with that.
Our Queen's brothers are unlikely to survive their northern adventures, but in the event that they do,
No.
she has a keen sense of poetic justice.
No.
When the Citadel expelled me, I thought I would die poor and alone. But in exchange for my service, Queen Cersei made me her hand.
Oh, will she do for the man who rids her of her treasonous brothers?
Even Jamie, despite what has happened.
How do I compare to the fat king?
You're insulting my late husband.
Are you offended?
Robert had a different whore every night, but he still didn't know his way around a woman's body.
Ooh.
And the Kingslayer?
You enjoy risking your neck, don't you?
Life is boring.
You're not boring. I'll give you that.
Well, he got his lifelong goal. I'll give you a little bell for that.
Do I please the Queen?
I just said it.
You might be the most arrogant man I've ever met. I like that.
I don't know, is this roleplay?
Now I want to be alone.
I'm going to put a prince in your belly.
Don't worry, there's a prince already. Goodbye. Stupid man. Bizarre interaction. What's happening? Fuck me! What? How did you get in without being noticed? Yes! Theon! Let's go! God! Oh my God. I thought it was in his chest. I guess. Well, yes. What is dead may never die. Get up, my friends! Let's go! Take them, fleet! Get out of here!
Euron can't defend the Iron Islands. Not if he's in King's Landing with all his men and his ships. We can take our home back. Daenerys will need somewhere to retreat if they can't hold the north. Somewhere the dead can't go.
Yeah, past the water. That's smart thinking. Very smart thinking.
You're my queen.
You want to go to Winterfell? To fight for the Starks? Go. What is dead may never die.
What is dead may never die.
But kill the bastards anyway.
Fucking Theon. So Yara is heading to Iron Islands. And Theon is going to Winterfell.
The
The car
Starks.
starts. Oh, okay.
One of the better sigils. Beats an onion anyway. Can't argue with that.
Not so long ago, the Starks and the Karstarks were slaughtering each other on the battlefield. The gratitude is lovely, but that's not my point. The Northmen are loyal to Jon Snow, not to her. They don't know her. The free folk don't know her. I've been up here a while, and I'm telling you, they're stubborn as goats.
Yeah, I can tell.
On the off chance that we survive the Night King,
Whoa, I like
what
that.
if the Seven Kingdoms, for once in their whole shit history, were ruled by a just woman and an honourable man?
I shall drink to
They
thee.
do make a handsome couple.
Jon and Daenerys don't want to listen to lonely old men.
Not that old. Not as old as him.
Our queen respects the wisdom of age.
Of course she does. Respect is how the young keep us at a distance, so we don't remind them of an unpleasant truth.
What is that?
Nothing lasts.
What a mood kill there, Varys.
Your sister doesn't like me.
Sansa doesn't like, of course.
She doesn't know you. If it makes you feel any better, she didn't like me either when we were growing up.
She doesn't need to be my friend. But I am her queen.
Oh.
If she can't respect me,
Well, okay, you've just come here. Just give it some time. I mean, you see what your work is during marine time. It didn't take a while, enough time
chef.
to...
Akati dorve. Simbaf.
Dragons are very easy.
How much is average to eat? Oh, my beautiful little ones. Even though you aren't little, but you're still babies. Oh, look at you two. I just wish the Sarian was there with you.
They don't like the north.
Okay, I guess that's yours, babes. That one likes you.
Go on.
No way! You are kidding.
I don't know how to ride a dragon.
Nobody does, until they ride a dragon.
What?
What if he doesn't want me to?
He just came towards
I've
you.
enjoyed your company, Jon Snow.
I don't like that. I mean, we've seen him die once. I'm not really ready again. What?
Hold on to.
I don't know.
Whatever you can.
This is really ridiculous answers there. Oh, he's off. The idiot. Hold on, stupid man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy. Look at me. Yes, be shocked. She's overtaking you. Do you really think you can win this race with her own dragons? Oh my god, roller coasters. You're joking. I am going flying with them. Oh! My back is in goosebumps. What are you doing?
You've completely ruined horses for me.
That is so true. Oh wow. How it's not frozen, I'll never know.
No one would find us.
Oh, this is
Pretty old.
nostalgia, babes.
It's cold up here for a southern girl.
So keep your queen warm. Don't be afraid.
I mean, come on. Oh, good God. That was fantastic, John. Freaking Aegon Targaryen.
A blade that big with dragon glass?
Road.
You're saying you're good. Is that it?
Rhaegar.
I'm just saying it's a tricky material to
Well, who makes weapons for the wildlings? Which one are you?
Leave him be.
You left me to die.
First I robbed you.
You're a cold little bitch, aren't you?
I missed them.
Guess that's why you're still alive.
Oh, she learned from the best. Oh, God. Gendry!
Those are nice axe you made for him. You've gotten better.
Yeah, thanks. So have you. I mean, you look good.
Thanks. So do you.
What's happening?
It's not a bad place to grow up if it wasn't so cold.
Stay close to that forge then.
Oh, is that a command, Lady Stark?
Don't call me that.
As you wish, milady.
Oh. Oh.
Can you make it?
Wow.
What do you need something like this for?
Can you make it or not?
You already have a sword. What's that?
Wow. It's VS, babes.
Valyrian steel.
That's right.
I always knew you were just another rich girl.
You don't know any other rich girls.
Have I sensing something? Was that something? Very unexpected.
Lord Glover wishes us good fortune, but he's staying in Deepwood Mont with his men.
Lord Glover. Wasn't he the one that pledged?
Stand behind House Stark as we have for 1,000 years.
We'll stand behind Jon Snow, he said.
I told you we needed allies.
You didn't tell me you were going to abandon your crown.
I never wanted a crown. All I wanted was to protect the North. I brought 2 armies home with me, 2 dragons.
And a Targaryen queen.
Why are you
Do you think we can
overlooking?
beat the army of the dead without her? I fought them, Sansa. Twice. You want to worry about who holds what title? I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Without her, we don't stand a chance. Do you have any faith in me at all?
You know I do.
Well, then why are you questioning everything he does?
She'll be a good queen.
For all of us.
That comes later,
She's
you
not
know.
her father.
Did you bend the knee to save the North? Or because you love her?
Ugh. Can both not be it? Oh, Samwise!
So you're the man?
Which man am I, Your Grace?
The one who saved Ser Jorah when no one else could?
They could. They just wouldn't.
I'll have to make some changes in the Citadel when I take my throne. A great service merits a great reward.
Oh, it's my honor to serve you, Your Grace.
Well, there must be something I could give you.
If it's not too much trouble, I could use a pardon.
For what?
For what crime?
I borrowed a few books from the Citadel. Also a sword.
From the Citadel?
From my family. It's been in House Tarly for generations, so it would have been mine anyway, eventually.
Oh my
Father
god.
had other ideas.
I forgot.
Not Randall Tarly.
You know him?
I offered to let him retain his lands and titles if he bent the knee. He refused.
At least I'll be allowed home again, now that my brother's the Lord.
Your brother stood with your father.
What are you doing out here?
Waiting for an old friend.
Ooh.
Time to tell John the truth.
You're his brother. Shouldn't you tell him?
I'm not his brother. He trusts you more than anyone.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be down here.
Were you hiding from me?
Of course not.
What are you doing in Winterfell? Or did you read every book in the Citadel already?
What's wrong?
Gilly? Is she all right?
She's good.
Little son?
Don't you know?
Know what?
Daenerys. She executed my father and brother. They were prisoners. She didn't tell you.
I don't know how I feel.
I'm so sorry. We need to end this war.
Would you have done it?
I've executed men who disobeyed me.
You've also spared men. Thousands of wildlings when they refused to kneel.
I wasn't a king. I gave up my crown, so... I bent the knee. I'm not king in the north anymore.
I'm not talking about the king in the north. I'm talking about the king of the bloody Seven Kingdoms.
Your mother was Lyanna Stark. And your father, your real father, was Rhaegar Targaryen. You've never been a bastard. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot to take.
My father was the most honorable man I ever met. You said he lied to me all my life.
Your father, Ned Stark, he promised your mother he'd always protect you. And he did. Robert would have murdered you if he knew. You're the true king. Aegon Targaryen, sixth of his name, protector of the realm, all of it.
Daenerys is our queen.
She shouldn't be.
That's treason.
It's the truth. You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
No, of course no. Hi, Tormund Beric. Oh my god, what happened? First of all, I can see 0. Barry, can you not like light your sword up for a bit so that I can...
Stay back, he's got blue eyes!
I've always had blue eyes!
What? thank God.
Did you find anyone?
Yes, this should have been plan A since the start. The fire sword, I mean. Oh no!
The younger boy.
Oh my
message
God!
from the Night King.
His arm is between us and Winterfell. We'll get there before.
Yeah!
Just have to hope the Night King doesn't come.
But the shriek! The shriek! Oh my God, the sigil! But the shriek, want this alert? Oh God, this Umber boy is gone then. So I'm assuming it's everyone in the Umber family. And they're men. Umber's gone. Oh, that shriek really got me. I got woozies. Jamie! Oh my God. Jamie, you are back in... Oh my God. Do you know you look like Prince Charming when you arrived? Oh my God! What? Ugh. I mean, that ending is a proper throwback to the first episode when Bran falls from the tower and finds Jamie. Oh my God. Oh, wow. His face when he sees Bran. And 100% Jamie is a changed person since he was last in Winterfell, but damn, a lot has... Oh my God, it's like it was literally like the first episode of Game of Thrones. Cersei's in there, but Jamie and Bran, literally they were the last two people, right? But yeah, what a throwback to Jamie and Bran. But what a start to the episode. We see Daenerys and her army heading into Winterfell, coming in force, and then we see the two dragons over the north really being very adamant in their values. See, I keep saying, I understand the north. I understand why they are particularly against foreign rulers, and specifically a Targaryen, and then the Mad King, burning Ned Stark's father, and then the brother having to watch and then dying, and then Ned Stark dying, and then Robb dying. All of that, I completely agree. Like, why they won't accept a foreign ruler. But I would just like to think that with the force that is being brought into the north and the dragons that are coming, that it's not... See, maybe that's all they can think about, that what happens to the north, and it makes sense. But I just feel like if they are aware of as to the threat that's coming, and Jon is constantly updating them on that, but he left being called the king in the north, and I think that he should still be called king in the north, even though Daenerys, he bent the knee to Daenerys. I think in a way it's just like accepting Daenerys as queen of the Seven Kingdoms, and yes, north is a part of that, but I'm sure there is a way for Daenerys to not only help Jon, but also to gain their trust by allowing by allowing Jon to be their ruler. And like what she did for the people of Meereen, by having to, or almost marrying his daughter, she would have been able to get closer to the Myronese people by having someone that knows the Myronese people by her, by her side. And possibly that could help, even though whatever happened with the Sons of Harpy and all that, still the idea made sense that she would be closer to the people. Oh, sorry about that. She would be closer to the people based off of that. And I think some sort of deal should be working out the same way with Jon. And it's not out of the question, because his mum was Lyanna Stark, who married a Targaryen, and it's not a complete off concept. So I think their relationship, like what Varys, Davos and Tyrion were talking about, can the world just be happy with a just woman and an honorable man fighting for a good cause? That is something that I feel would work. So I think in my mind they should get married. So if they do get married, the alliance gets stronger. And again, yes, this is exactly what happened with Robb. Robb married a foreign person and everything went to shit in that. And I completely agree that this is exactly sort of history repeating itself. Yes, but I just think that it's not enough to prove that she's different. As they say, you have to earn their trust. You have to, because they're very stubborn, and I completely agree. So I think they can, once maybe she, they see what the Night King is and the army is, and then even though the show is over, touch wood, they are victorious in this battle. I feel like they would appreciate her more, and they would be able to see that she helped them, not in a ruling kind of way, but because she cares not only for the people and of course the North, but for Jon as well. And I hope they would be able to see that. I think that should be the stepping stone, and this can happen. Of course, once this happens, they can then get married, and then I hope people will be on board with it. But then again, I don't know how stubborn people are, because Lord Glover, I don't understand this Lord Glover. He did the same shitty mistake before, and he first said that Jon is not the Winterfell boy and whatnot, and didn't come for the Battle of the Bastards, and again he's not coming. Is he stupid? What is his deal? Why then pledge yourself? You pledged yes to the king in the north, but so did rest of the families, so did the rest of the people, and they're still there. If that was the case, they would have had the entire north gone. If he wants to stay in Deepwood Motte, let him stay there. Don't reward him. Now you don't reward him with his Deepwood Motte. You remove him from throne and just let him go. I just think that politics right now is not the way to do it, and Jon is trying to get them to understand that there is a much bigger threat than what the titles or who holds what titles, and that is so essential for people to get through their mind, because I don't know how many other ways are there, and I can see him trying so hard, and it's I just don't know what else to do. I'm not saying because I'm favoring Daenerys, but because the only thing that would help, actually, we saw it as well, is the dragons burning the undead. And that is something that's so essential. And with the amount of preparations that they're doing with Dragonstone, and them coming to Dragonstone, taking all of the art, the obsidian, dragon glass, she's doing almost everything she can in her power to help the North. So I think they should be at least a little bit grateful. If they are so much about honor, they should, I just feel yes, you can be stubborn, you have the right to be stubborn, but not so much that it clouds your judgment and you forget to see what the bigger picture is. And that's exactly what he did with the wildlings. And it's always the bigger picture, to be the bigger person, and he's done this because he knew that they wouldn't take great love for Daenerys, but he still went because for the North. So they should place his trust in him. Just exactly like that Cersei from the Wildling Council, the elders. She didn't trust Jon. She said she could never trust a crow, but she trusted Tormund, which is exactly what they need. That's it. That's all you need. Like, whether or not you trust me, but I have a companion that you know very well. If you trust him and he trusts me, that's it. That's all I care. Like, that should be the relationship, I feel. I just think that it's something that needs to be enforced in the North. Then again, I know why they are so stubborn. I completely agree. And I have to make a point that, yes, if someone comes to my home, and which, let's not get into it, but, like colonization and whatnot. But in the end, I'm talking about fictional terms, that the threat is not far away. And it's, as Jon Snow said, and it is here. It is here. They've reached the Umbers, last hearth. The Umbers are gone. So, I don't know. I just think that they should put their differences aside for just this one time and think about what would be the end result if they were to lose. Like, everyone would fight for the undead and yeah, stuff like that. So at least that's what I think should be the way to see it, rather than being so adamant that, history would repeat itself. Possibly it would, but at this very moment, just take the risk of fighting for the winning side. To me, I hope that we are the winning side because we have the dragons. Even though we did see Viserion just freaking open jugular out, but still, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense. I just feel like stubbornness can get you killed, is what I'm trying to say. The second thing is, and yes, I think Dany, just her being very adamant that she is their queen. I think she should just relax and she should understand why people are stubborn. I'm not saying it's all the Northern fault. She should also understand the people, why they are like that. Understand them, relate to them, earn their trust by... You can't just be a queen by just coming, invading, and that's it. Saying, like, yes, that worked before, but that should not be your way, because she's the queen that they chose, and she's the people's, like, she's got the people's heart. That should be your motto. That should be your way of doing things. So I believe that she should be very, very sensitive in this topic, and not be really like adamant that you should the North should submit to me. No, that's the exact opposite. The North can be a great ally once you're in the Iron Throne with Jon there. So it's going 2 and 2. Like, you need to get there by building a trust. You can't just get there by like putting a rooftop with no base. Like, you need to create a home, right? Like, it starts from the ground up. So I truly also want Dany to not be... I call her Dany. I have no idea why. I just like it. Even whenever I write Daenerys, I say Dany. I think that's why I've just started getting used to saying Dany. But what I'm trying to say is, I think she should also make a compromise by not being so vicious in her ways. She should just be... Yes, she's identifying that Sansa doesn't like her. When she came in, she was very... It's both parties have to be equally like understanding. So I think that in that matter, because she's in a position of power, I feel like if she is the bigger person in this, even if they are that way, she would come out to be more respectable in such a Lauren world, by understanding, because she's after all going to have problems and consequences like such that she would face by people not accepting her. So if she understands that, she would then be able to uphold the peace much more. And exactly that, even though Jon has given his time where he says he's she's his queen, that's not enough, I think. I think Dany has to be the one to enforce a sort of like relation with them. And yeah, that's what I think, if that makes sense. And then them riding the dragon, Jon Snow. I'm serious. This should be a roller coaster ride where we're on a dragon. And you know, that is actually one of my, if anything in the world, anything, what is it that you want the most? That I always dreamed that I would ride. I would be on a dragon, a fiery dragon, just up in the air, just like that. Like that's, I've always loved dragons, even if they're not real. They've just always appealed to me. Their ferociousness, their, you know, I would like to think that their sound, their roar would they're not blind, would numb and deaf people's ears. So it's like, shit, that's like power. So yeah, and you get the best view always, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, and I've always loved like roller coasters, heights and everything. So yeah, I've always thought that dragons are the most beautiful creatures, even if they're not real. Yeah. But them riding the dragon, I loved it. There was one point where she overtook him, and then once they got to that waterfall, which I'm quite shocked that the water is still running. I expected it half to freeze, but it was almost like something where she mentioned a point about we can stay here for thousands of years, like something like that. It's something exactly what Ygritte said. We should never leave this cave and we should stay here forever. It's exactly the same situation with Daenerys, and I'm just like, holy God. I think maybe he realized that this is sort of almost like a nostalgic moment for him, and then he goes back into character with that. And yeah, it's fabulous, like, to see that. And then Drogon and they're just like looking at him like, what are you doing with our mom? Don't do this. I'm keeping an eye on you. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. I loved it. But and then Jon finding out that he is Aegon Targaryen. I mean, now that he knows that's also another thing. He's pledged to Daenerys. What's gonna happen? I don't know. Like, I think it's going to be very hard to sort of contemplate. And yes, this is a lot to take in, but oh God, I don't know. Like, I would definitely love to see Jon on the Iron Throne as well, only because that would strengthen the North a lot, by Jon being there. But as I said, like, I don't know what this, because Daenerys has been wanting this since season 1 to go home, and she's come. I don't know how it would be. Like, it's almost like as if you're prepping yourself for a university only to find out that you didn't get into that university. It really drives you all the way down. I'm not comparing the situation. I'm comparing that emotional instability that you will have at that moment. You'll do like, you're not yourself in that moment. So I just think that and Sam does make a good point that would she give up her crown for you the way you did? No, she wouldn't. I don't think she would, because I mean, imagine her situation as well. Like, that's where, Jon and Daenerys are different. They're very different. You can't expect Daenerys to be exactly the same as Jon. Jon is an honorable man, just like Ned Stark. And that's one of the quality and traits that he's the reason why they chose him to be king in the North. But Daenerys, Jon is sort of like the calming factor for Daenerys. And she needs that because, she's like sort of very breathing fire. Like, she's got that, like those eyes that can kill a person, right? Whereas, like how she was with Tyrion, and, speaking of, Tyrion, when she killed Randall and Dick and Tarly. But when she heeded the advice of Jon, she made the best decision by just taking a small portion of the Lannister army rather than King's Landing. Like, he is the right person to keep her cool, like, breathe, I am there, do you trust me? And then she has to say, yes, I do. And then she will follow him. I feel like she heeds his counsel much more, and that's what Jon should be to her. But to try and I'm pretty sure, like, Daenerys won't give the throne to Jon. She's just met the guy. What makes her think, like, in that way, try and understand Daenerys' character? She cannot do that just like that, because, and yes, Jon did that. As I said, they're totally two different human beings, and that's what he did to save the North. And I don't know, like, it's very, you can interpret it in many different ways, but I just feel like Jon being by Daenerys' side is very essential for her to think straight. And the second thing is for Daenerys to have the North as an ally. She should be the bigger person to understand them, to take responsibility in the fact that they don't take lightly to foreign people, and she should build a trust with them, bond with them, even if they're making it 10 times harder. Never let go, like, because this is exactly what you will face on the Iron Throne, with so many other people not wanting her as the ruler, and then people would revolt, exactly like what happened with the Sons of Happy. So she's going to always face challenges, and she should find a way to overcome that by having Jon by her side. So I think, I would love to think that, you know, Jon and Daenerys are on the Iron Throne, because as I said, like, this would make the North the strongest ally to the Iron Throne. And, you know, in terms of any kind of war that could occur, maybe they are the ones that, you know, bring peace in the end with a North and the South guy. Just, you know, it's like the best of both worlds. Like, this would bring peace somehow, who knows, unless some idiot from somewhere starts to, you know, starts a war for no reason. But yeah, that's just me speaking a lot about this, but that's something I took from this. And then all the reunions, oh my god, reunion with the Hound, Gendry. Am I sensing something with Gendry and Arya? I don't know why, but I just sensed something. Some kind of chemistry, which I never actually imagined. I just, like, immediately when he's like, you look good, or something, I'm just like, what? And then he's like, I knew you were only just a rich girl. And then she says, you've never known any other rich girls. Gives a spin, looks back at him, and that always means you're interested. And then look, what is that? What? Like, this is that's something that I didn't expect at all. But I guess, yeah, I mean, it was always, if I recall correctly, in the crypts, Ned and Robert talking about, of course, it was initially about Sansa and Joffrey, but Joffrey is not a Baratheon. This guy is a Baratheon, Stark. I mean, it can happen. Who knows? But yeah, I seriously, I didn't even expect that to be a route that they would take. It didn't even come to my mind, seriously, no. But yeah, let's find out what episode 2 is about. There was a lot that happened, as I said, and I am now curious to see what happens since Jaime is here, and what's going to be the result of them finding out that Cersei is not marching north. Ooh. And then, yeah, Cersei's thing, like, and then Yara and Theon. So Yara is heading to the Iron Islands, which I think is a smart, brilliant plan for if it doesn't work out. She can go to the Iron Islands since they can't cross water, which is very smart, very safe. And Theon wanting to fight for the Starks. Oh, God. Theon is going to be the death of me. I mean, Theon and Tyrion are seriously my #1 favorite characters. Because I just love the character arc of Theon. It's hands down one of the best things that I've seen in character development, and yeah, that's my final opinion about Theon. And then what else? Yeah, Cersei. Okay, I guess Euron has got his one long wish about fucking the queen, and he did it. Well done, good job. Such a shock. And then, well, but she's pregnant with Jaime's kid. Speaking of that, she has ordered Bronn with the poetic justice of the crossbow. And what she did say, like, yes, Tyrion is the one that released, that used the crossbow to kill her father, their father. And who released Tyrion? Jaime. So poetic justice in terms of Jaime was the one that, like, you know, also held the crossbow while releasing Tyrion, who actually held the crossbow to kill the father, the head of the family. And yeah, I mean, I get the poetic justice, don't get me wrong, but holy God. So she's ready to kill Jaime, even knowing the fact that that's Jaime's kid. Wow. I think she's acting a little bizarre right now. I don't know. I'm not liking the way Cersei is. She's just acting out of spite rather than acting smart. And many of you mention this all the time, which I completely agree, and I completely forgot about it. The fact that when Tywin had a conversation with her, he's like, I don't trust you because you are a woman. It's not because of that, but it's because you're not as smart as you think you are. Fantastic line for exactly what she is doing. It's not because she's a woman and that she has been with her, like following her father and every single move that he's been doing, but it's because she is not as smart as she thinks, and she's making all the wrong sorts of decisions. Exactly what she did with the High Sparrow, bringing in the Faith Militant into power. Look what happened to her. After her father died, everything was shit. She lost Marcella, she lost Dawn, she lost Tommen. She's made an enemy out of everyone. And exactly what Olenna said is that your father and I can never be, like, you know, on whatever, like something about where we are not friends, but he always knew when to be allies with your enemies. And that's exactly true. And this could have been their opportune moment to be allies with the enemy because of the bigger threat. But she refuses to see that even after the evidence. So that's just her being very spiteful and killing everything in her path, which is, to me, she's like the Mad Queen. Tyranny, like world domination for her. She doesn't want anyone. I'm pretty sure that after everything is done, and if she successfully kills everyone, she'll kill Euron, and it'll just be her and her child. That's it. I don't know what's there to live for if you kill so many people. I just don't understand. But anyhow, I'll see you guys in episode 2. And yeah, this is it. The fact that, you know, the episodes are only 6, and I'm like uneasy, but at the same time I'm very excited. So I'll see you guys in episode 2. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.